Saudi Foreign Minister Adel al-Jubeir says the Lebanese Prime Minister is free to leave Riyadh when he pleases, rejecting his false accusations that the kingdom is holding Saad Hariri by force.
Saad Hariri met the custodian of the two holy sites, he met the patriarch, he visited the Emirates. The time that he wants to go to Lebanon is a matter that's down to him and to the evaluation of the security situation in Lebanon.
Jubeir made the remarks during a joint press conference with his French counterpart in Paris. Top Saudi diplomat accused Lebanon's resistance movement Hezbollah of destabilizing the region. Jubeir stressed the need to, quote, reduce Hezbollah's negative actions in Lebanon. Lebanese President Michel Aoun said that Hariri, who announced his resignation in Riyadh, will travel to France before going back to Beirut. Aoun said that Hariri must return and submit his resignation in person. Meanwhile, Hariri met with the French foreign minister in the Saudi capital ahead of his visit to Paris. Political commentator Martin J. believes Saudi Arabia is holding the Lebanese Premier Hariri by force and that he is not free to leave the kingdom.
Mr. Hariri is in some sort of situation where he's being detained. It's not quite a kidnapping, but it's certainly he's in Saudi Arabia and not completely free to do as he pleases. In terms of actually what happens next, no one actually knows. It's really a conundrum. I mean, if Hariri does actually go to Paris, the question is whether he goes there for a few days and then goes on further to Beirut to renegotiate a better deal for the Saudis. But some are speculating here in Beirut that maybe if he goes to Paris, that will be the end of it. People around Mohammed bin Salman didn't really think that detaining Mr. Hariri would stir up, and I think they were caught off guard by that. And I think the initiative by Mr. Aoun, the president in Lebanon, was quite a smart one to use international law to draw attention to that. So the Saudis are now just learning. This is new, early days for a new king in waiting, the current crown prince. And in terms of foreign policy, unfortunately, he doesn't have a very good track record. He tends to be capricious and tends to shoot from the hip. So there's lots of learning going on in Riyadh, and I think the fact that the international community has moved quickly to nip this in the bud and to prevent not only a crisis in Lebanon emerging, but a regional crisis is significant.